الله لا إله إلا هو له الأسماء الحسنى.
ليلة القدر إيمان واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في مقام آخر: التمسوها العشر الأواخر، أو كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني عملا رب زدني عملا رب زدني عملا. My dear brothers and sisters who are listening to my speech, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. These are the last few days and few nights of this year, Ramadanul Mubarak. Allah knows best that which of us will be alive next year, and if we are alive, who will get the tawfiq and ability of fasting or not fasting. So these few nights and few days we should cherish them and respect them and make the most of them. Anyway, I read a surah in front of you, Suratul Qadr. Inna anzalna fi LAILATul Qadr wa ma adraka ma LAILAtul Qadr. This surah is after Suratul Alaq. In Suratul Alaq, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Basically, he talks about wahi and revelation. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed revelation. And in Suratul Qadr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed Quran Kareem, wahi. So it's all about wahi. That's the rabat and the connection between the two surahs. That's one. Inna anzalna fi LAILATul Qadr. In this surah is about 5 ayats, 30 words, and 121 letters, huruf. So it's 5 ayats, 30 words, and letter-wise is 121. And you know that when you multiply, when you read every letter you read, that multiplies by 10. So it's about 8,000 reward you get by reading Inna anzalna fi LAILATul Qadr. Yeah. So this is the conclusion of this surah. Why was it revealed? Once Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that in Bani Israel there was a pious person who just worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 83 years and 3 months about. Basically 1,000 months. And that's over 83 years age. He mentioned, Rasulullah mentioned that this person just worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 83 years, day and night. Forget about his lifespan. His worshiping was 83 years and 3 months. 1,000 months. Now, Rasulullah mentioned this to the Sahaba, and the Sahaba had the eager and love and desire for ibadat, and they tried their best however they could, they can please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For that, sometimes they used to go and knock the door and ask Azwaji Mutaharat, what ibadat does the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam do at home that we cannot see, so we can do that ibadat too. And they used to film Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam all the time in their mind and watch Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and capture all the sunnahs of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam all the time. And that's why you can see when you start reading the Sahabas and how they captured the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how they revealed it to us. They done all the hard work. Why? Not just for the knowledge. Not just for the knowledge. Like we like to know everything, but we do not want to act on it. They act on everything. When they mentioned this when Rasulullah mentioned that there was a person in Bani Israel who worshipped about 1,000 months, day and night, non-stop, just worshiping. Like Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, just his preaching was 950 years, isn't it? Just his preaching. Forget what his age. His age is different, but his just preaching tabligh was 950 years. Same as that, this person who worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just his worshipping day and night was 83 years and more. 1,000 months. Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala said to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he said, Ya Rasulullah, we don't have that much age. You mentioned ma bayna sittina wa sab'ina, and very less of them will pass the 70 age. Very less of them will pass 70 age. And that's what Rasulullah said. So our age is maximum about 70. Then indicated that from this is half of it we are asleep. Half of it is what? Asleep. Then we're indulged in worldly things. And some of it takes in what? In our young age, when we are young. Then some of it, we get older, we get ill. So we don't have the ability to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for 1,000 months. What's going to happen here, Rasulullah? They wanted that fazilat and virtue. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends this surah, Inna anzalna fi laylatil qadr, wa ma adraka ma laylatul qadr, laylatul qadr khayrun min alf shahr, تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ. Basically, in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, there's one night that if you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in that one night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you the reward of worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for more than 1,000 months. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say that you're going to get the same mithla al-fishar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the word khayrun min al-fishar. This one night is even better. This call in our technical thing is called ismi tafzil. So it means even better. Like when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Allahu Akbar. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is greater from every single thing. Akbaru min kulli shay. That's a ismi tafzil too. Over here, khayrun min al-fishar. This is what? Ismi tafzil. It means that this one night worshipping of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is greater than 1,000 months. How greater? Is unlimited. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is left it just like majhul, mubham, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not explain how much greater it is, it means that it's unlimited. If this one night is better than 1,000 months. Now, when this was revealed, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew exactly what night, what date it was. He came out and to inform the Sahabas. Muhaddithin bring a hadith that the Sahaba, there was two people, two Muslims, between themselves they were having a dispute. And because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam hated dispute, because of that, Rasulullah forgot what night it was. The exact night went out of the mind of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let's hear in that. So, when is this night? Before you come to this night, when it is, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna anzalna, we have revealed the Quran. The Quran. Alright? In the night of Qadr. Either Qadr means azmat, shan, respect. This night has got a lot of respect. Yeah, azmat and shan. Either it can mean a few things. Either it means that this night is what Qadr means, is tight. How is it tight? That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends so many angels on this night to the earth. It's Mubarak. Alright? And they say salam on everyone, on every person. It's so much that the earth gets tight up because of the angels. You know, there's a hadith, Sahih hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. It says that Atat is Sama, that the heavens, alright, they start creaking, yeah, squeaking, because there's so much angels on it, alright, it's squeaking or creaking, and that's what it should be doing. So normally so many angels, alright, the وَمَا يَعْلَمْ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا who knows the army of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, angels, just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can get an idea how much angels it is. That, you know, Baytul Ma'mur, Baytullah, exact direction, there's another Baytullah, of the angels, and they do the tawaf of that every day. And when Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam went on Miraj, he seen them, and he was told that there's 70,000 of angels that do tawaf of Baytul Ma'mur. How many? 70,000, and they do not get another chance. So do we know the exact about angels? وَمَا يَعْلَمْ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا, but there's so many of them. So one day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends so many angels on this night that the earth gets what? Tight. Qadr means that. Inna anzalna fi LAILATul Qadr. Number 3 means destiny. That this is indicated to another ayah too. Inna anzalna fi laylatin mubarakatin. Yeah, fiya yufraku kullu amrin hakim. That in this night, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives out the destiny duties to the angels. Allocates the angels that this is what you have to do this year. So and so is gonna die. So and so is gonna get that much sustenance, rizq. So and so is gonna ill. So and so is going to have these children. All these duties are allocated and given to who? The angels. So the destiny is explained. So what's going to happen this year? The faith is got to the angels. Qadr. Yeah. Number 4, it means, these are some of the meanings I'm saying. Qadr also means, I said azmat, but it means that those people who are worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this night, they are the azmat, the shan. They are excellent, and they are highlighted in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they are given a martaba and respect in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they are high people, they're not low people. That's what azmat qadr means already. So this night is known as the night of Qadr for a few reasons. A few things happen in this night. These can all happen, and all the meaning can be taken at the same time. So high night that in this night Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed Qurani Kareem from Lawh Mahfuz to Baytul Izzah, the nearest heaven. And from there it's been revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in 23 years, however, whenever it was needed. Tanzilul Kitab min Allah al-Azizil Alim. Tanzilul Kitab min Allah al-Azizil Hakim. Inzal means reveal something in one go. Tanzil, Nazzala, Yunazzil. Tanzil means portions. That's the difference between these two words. Alright? So, Inzal happened from where? from Lawh Mahfuz to Baytul Izzah in one night, in the night of Qadr, and that was in Ramadan. Shahr Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. Then from there, Baytul Izzah is being revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in 23 years. How much was whatever surah or whatever ayats were needed. تنزيل الكتاب إن أنزلنا في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says وما أدراك. Do you know how auspicious and magnificent is this night? Auspicious and magnificent this night is. Do you know? This is istifham, and it's showing, is alerting you. Do you know? Alright? Normally when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says adaraka, the answer is there. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says وَمَا يُدْرِيكَ لَعَلَّهُ يَزَّكَّى, it doesn't give the answer. That's what Mufassiri has written. Over here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. Laylatul Qadr, he says Laylatul Qadr. This night is auspicious, magnificent, better than 1,000 months. You know, sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives barakat in time. Alright? I'll give you an example. In the hadith of Rasulullah says that on the day of Jumu'ah, on the day of Friday, when a person takes a ghusl in the house, beautify himself. Look, I'm saying beautify himself. Wear his best clothes, and he says tayyib, the best fragrance, alright? And he walks to the masjid. The walking is written in the hadith. He walks to the masjid. He comes inside the masjid and does not harm anyone, sits in his place, does not talk. Alright? Insat is in the hadith too. Does not talk to anyone, does not harm anyone, and does his salat and listens to the khutbah, and after that he does his salat and leaves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that he will get the reward of 2 years. Some hadiths say that is kafara, expiation for 10 days. Just by making sure he beautifies himself for Jummah, prepares himself for Jummah. I've been saying this for a long time, that we should, on this auspicious day, we should make sure we beautify ourselves, wear our best clothes. Don't come in our work clothes. Come in Muslim clothes and look like a Muslim, that this is sha'airullah, that everyone knows. The kuffar can see that we are coming for Jummah. We have a hat on our head, we look like Muslims. Anyway, that's a different topic. So this is what I'm trying to say is that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us that sometime in a small amount of time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put barakat in it, that you will get reward more than the time. Like this. And this is the speciality of this ummah. Even though Ibn Kathir rahmatullah brings 2 calls on this, he speaks on this, but the tarjih is this, that this speciality is the speciality of the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that in less time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts more barakat. Like Quran has mentioned, that this this portion of the night, this night is from hatta matla'il fajr, is all the night, alright? It starts from Maghrib and it could be until what? Fajr. Fajr means Subh Sadiq, alright? So is all the night in this portion of these few hours. What is it? 8-10 hours? In this 10 hours, alright, that if you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us the reward of more than 1,000 months. It's 83 years and 3 months. Approximately. Will we have the opportunity to worship that much of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Laylatul Qadr, when is it? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Iltamisuha al-ashr al-awakhirah. Look for it in the last 10 nights. Yeah? 10 days? Yeah, 10 nights, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said. And then in the, then a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying that they're more likely to be in the odd nights. 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, 29th. It could be any of these nights. It's not has to be in our mind. It's going to be on the 27th night. No. There is a hadith of Rasulullah indicated. There's more likely to be on the 27th night, but it doesn't mean that every year is going to be on the 27th night. If you look at the Sahabas, they seen it sometime on the 21st, sometime on the 23rd, alright? And these are mentioned in the hadith, sometime on the 27th. These are mentioned that Sahaba said is on this night, because they seen the barakat of it on that night. So more likely it could be tonight. It could have been past, or it could be on on the 29th. It could be any of these nights, like Sunday night. But we can try our best to do extra ibadat. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Man qama laylatul qadr imanan wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi." Whoever worships Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Laylatul Qadr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expiates and forgives their sins. But the condition is with iman, wahtisaban, no show off. Just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nowadays, it's more show off in everything. If we're reading Salat, we want to make a vlog or whatever you want to call it. Yeah? And we have to show that the Sheikh is doing the Salat. If we're doing Tawaf, Sheikh is doing what? My brother is doing the Tawaf. If we're doing Umrah, we have to show that this is all show off. Shaitan said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that now you're taking me out in it, لَأُغْوِيَنَّهُمْ, I will deviate them. Now, he tries his best to stop us from worshipping, alright? But then when we worship, alright, now he uses another tactic. He uses another tactic. He either puts in our ibadat bid'at, innovation. Either innovation or either show off. And show off destroys everything. Or either we do a ibadat or we harm someone. We come for Jummah, we come for Salat, we kick someone, push someone, we say something, swear to someone, we be harsh to someone, he ruins our ibadat. So what I'm trying to say, Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam says, Imanun wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. That whoever does worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with iman and the intention of sawab to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his minor sins will be forgiven. So these few nights, what I'm trying to say, these few nights which are left, few days which are left, we make the most of it. And any ibadat we do, and if it's on the night of Qadr, on the night of Azmat and Shan, that will be multiplied by more than 1,000 months. Even the sadaqah. This is the Quran saying that. I'm not saying that. Yeah? Quran is mutlaq. Alright? Quran is indicated that any ibadat you do on this night will be multiplied by 1,000. So sadaqat, worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At least make a habit of reading your Isha and Fajr with Jumaat. Keep this ibadat. Keep this habit of coming to the masjid on time. Keep the habit of worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say, how will you find out the Hajj is accepted? We go to Hajj. How will you find out the Hajj is accepted? Ulama has written that after Hajj, you see the changing in his life or in her life. If you see some changing in their life and they're more inclined to worship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they're trying extra to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is a sign of the Hajj is accepted. Same with Ramadan. How will we know that our fasting and our ibadat is accepted in Ramadan? After Ramadan, if we have the similar kind of adat and habits worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the indication that our ibadat in Ramadan is accepted. So my conclusion today was that Inna anzalna fi LAILATul Qadr, that this one night is auspicious and magnificent, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put so much barakat in it that if we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this night, it might have passed or might come. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us the reward of worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 83 years and 3 months. This is just a conclusion. I said, Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. I need to
الله لا إله